Alrighty, so tonight is the 6th of November. I've had a pretty busy last few days. The 4th was my birthday, and I am now 59 years old. Of course, the full moon was last night. I do have everything packed up. So I was not able to, I'm not able to do my full and dark moon rituals like I normally do because everything is packed up into totes and stored away right now. We are in the middle of a transition, and we needed my sanctuary for other uses right now. With that, separate from, we are also in a possible major life change, and I don't want to say. Well, it's making me nervous and scaring the shit out of me. Although I'm excited for it, I am worried about it because it is change, and it's not just small change. This is massive change. So those of you who do not know, I have not worked in 18 years. I was placed on disability due to some psychological issues that I had around 20 years ago. Needless to say, without beating around the bush, I lost my fucking mind. I went fucking crazy. I was psychologically defective. I mean, just to be blunt, mentally I was fucked up. So anyway, the government decided that it was the safest thing to do for myself and for society in general. The safest thing to do was to forbade me to work. I consider it forced retirement. That's what I always called it. But when people would ask me what I did for a living, I would tell them, I said, the government used to pay me to kill people. Now they pay me to not kill people. And that was basically what I would tell people. That's not 100% inaccurate, but regardless, life is changing. I'm not saying that I'm no longer crazy. I'm not going to say that because who am I to say whether I'm nuts or not, right? But I have been living, not just me, but my wife and I have been living on my disability for the last 18 years. Now, I really shouldn't say living. What I should be saying is we've survived, because you can't really live off of what I'm getting paid through my disability. It's just enough to keep us from dying of starvation and encouraging me to go more crazy. It basically allows us to survive, and honestly, that's really the extent of it. So for the past 18 years, we've been living like that. I've been involved in martial arts for 46 years now, and it's never been about making money, but I've never really made any money on that either. I used to be a professional fighter years ago, but long since retired from that. So martial arts have never been a way for me to make a living, and not just survive, but make an actual living, something that we can not only survive from, but also do things and enjoy ourselves. That's never happened, and it never will. Now, yesterday, I held what I call right now temporarily the last martial art class. I have put a temporary cease on classes. I am no longer going to I'm not going to put the effort and work into the classes that aren't producing a decent amount of dedicated students, or not producing enough of money for me to at least pay for the gas to get back and forth to class. I really don't even get enough of money out of that to be able to pay for the gas it costs me to get back and forth to classes. So that's been put on hold. I will say officially I said temporary, but realistically, unless I'm led back to that path, I don't think that I'm going to open classes back up as a regular everyday thing. Possibly would do it on a restricted by appointment only type thing. I could possibly do that, but I don't see that really working anyways. So that probably isn't really going to occur. I'm not done with martial arts. I'll never be done with it. But I think right now, I think it's time. As a matter of fact, I have believed it's been time for several months now. So those have been put on hold. My outdoors adventures stuff that I do with Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. As far as like going out in the woods and actually spending nights and spending effort to do that sort of stuff, I'm not doing that right now either. I'm just not directly. Now, my Mystic Order of the Sacred Circle, my paganism group, Wicca, witchcraft, paganism, whatever you want to call it. Honestly, I don't get very much response with that, with the general public. But that's where I've been focusing most of my efforts and energy recently. See here, for the last 2 years, I have been volunteering as a volunteer chaplain with the Miami Correctional Facility, which is a prison that's, I don't know what, 15 miles down the road or something like that. I couldn't really tell you how far it is. It's not horribly far, but I've been volunteering as the Wiccan / pagan priest for them. As I said, I'm on my second year doing that. And recently, I was asked if I would be interested in taking a permanent position there, full-time, actual, real job as a chaplain. Now, it's definitely something I want to do, no doubt about that. And I also firmly believe that I was led there to be doing that. And when it was presented to me, I said, absolutely, I would love to do that. But what does it require? So, like everything else, it's all based off of a Christian format when it comes to the when it comes to the terminologies, when it comes to the requirements. Everything is formatted as if you were at least some of the Abrahamic faiths. For instance, church. Pagans don't use the word church. They require an ordainment, which I do have, but the pagan belief system doesn't really involve themselves with that sort of thing directly the way they have it. They also required a Master's of Divinity degree or a bachelor's in psychology with a handful of divinity classes that you could only get at a Bible college. And those were the, and also at least 6 years of being a chaplain in an institution elsewhere. Now, I did have the ordainment, which is all I had. And I told him, I said, what you guys are asking, I said, first of all, my belief system doesn't even involve itself with that sort of stuff. That's not how we work. But one of the chaplains in particular, all three of them were very positive and enthusiastic and was giving me advice about actually applying for the position. But one in particular, he and I have been talking and communicating, and I found out, which was interesting because I've been there for 2 years now. I just found out that he and I actually went to high school together, so which was interesting. But anyway, I decided. They told me, listen, apply for the job anyway. It doesn't just apply for the job. I said, okay, I'll do that. So I applied for the position, and a few days later they sent me a letter saying that they were not going to give me an interview due to my lack of criteria that they want. They weren't even going to give me an interview. And I said, okay, I get it. So I sent them back a thank you and said, I appreciate at least looking at, looking at me as a potential. And I get it. basically I get it. And a few days later, I get another email, and I think I also got a phone call. But I definitely got an email telling me that they had changed their mind and they would like to interview me anyway. So I set up a time for an interview, and the interview was supposed to be 30 minutes long, and an hour and 20 minutes into it, they finally said, "Hey, we got to stop. We actually do have another person sitting out there waiting." They wanted to continue to talk with me, but they said, "Hey, we got somebody else." So, but I'll be honest, I don't want to sound like an arrogant prick or a dick or anything like that, but I did really well. Personally speaking, I think I did really well. I think that, I'll be honest, I am not going to say I'm sure, because I don't know, but I do expect to be offered a position. I really do. But I'll be honest, I expected to be offered a position as soon as they decided they were going to give me an interview. I felt like I was going to get the position. So I do hear that there's supposed to be 2 positions that they're looking for. Now, I do know that the way the scheduling for the interviewing was done, they had 4 slots for interviews. I did not see the first 2 people, but the person that was interviewing after me, I did see, and I chatted with for a few minutes. She wasn't personable. She didn't really have any interest in really talking with me. Maybe she saw me as competition or something like that. I don't know, but I told her she'd do fine. She said